Hey, I'm Jam at Peaceful Media, where we are designing, branding, marketing online businesses that are doing more good in the world. Our whole mission is to love more, play more, and do more good. And that's why I'm really excited to bring on one of our awesome teammates, Phyllis Kerr, the social media guru on our team, who has written best-selling books on social media, is basically a magnet for anybody who wants to be a dominant player in the social media marketing world. She's trained literally over 1,000, maybe even thousands at this point, Phyllis.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Thousands of people who are managing social media out there. So she's like one of the grandmothers, the matriarchs of the social media marketing world. And we're really blessed to have her here today because she's put together a fabulous course instead of Peaceful Media's online course ecosystem called Peaceful University, called the Social Classroom. And I'm going to be asking her questions as if I were you thinking about taking this course so that hopefully you can address those and make this an easy decision for you to join the Social Classroom to increase your reach. Phyllis, I get questions. I'm talking to small business owners all the time. And some of them have websites, some of them have an opt-in, some of them don't have anything at all, and are just getting started. Maybe they came from one of our clients, events like Brendon Burchard or Jeff Walker, and they're just like, I'm fired up to go out and launch my own online business and my brand. But what's next? The questions I hear are, how do I get more eyes on my brand? How do I get more people visiting my website, opting in, let alone purchasing something, just more people watching videos and opting in and engaging in my brand online? And why is it that I look on Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook and they're killing it, and yet I'm just like, I can't seem to get any of that magic rocket fuel that they seem to have, where they're getting tens of thousands of followers, hundreds of thousands, millions of followers. What is the differentiator that they have that I'm not having? So I hear this all the time, and it's super frustrating. And I know this course answers that.
Right. And it's very interesting because I've been getting these questions too for the last 8, almost 9 years. And it's always like, how do I reach more people? How do I connect with the people that are in my tribe or interested in what I have? Or, how do I reach those people, especially now when there are so many people online? And what are those things? And I started to notice, it was real interesting. I started to notice there were only 4 ways to really reach people online. Like you can think of them as like 4 gigantic buckets. And there are lots of techniques and tasks and things inside of those buckets, but there's really only 4 gigantic buckets, right? And most people know social advertising. They know if they put money into ads, they're going to reach more people. This is a given. And as long as you know how to target who you need to target, it's such a weird word, right? Target. I wish they would come with a different name with that. So, but as long as you're attractive to certain people, social advertising is a great way to expand reach. But again, it costs money. And a lot of people in the very beginning don't have the money to put into that. And then everybody's talking about content marketing. Well, you just have to blog your brains out, right? You have to just really get all your content out there. And it's true that content marketing is one of these other, social advertising is one bucket, content marketing is the other. But you have to create content that is magnetized and shareable. And there are certain things that make content magnetized and shareable. And that's why one of the reasons why I built the Social Classroom is I wanted to lay all of that out so people could take the time to figure that out for their own business. Because I can't tell you right now, you have to use video, or you have to use the color blue, or you have to use this thing, because it's going to be different for each audience, right? What's magnetized for your audience. So those are 2 buckets, the content marketing and the social advertising. But there are 2 other buckets that people don't think about too much. One of them is this sort of geeky behind the scenes part, which is hashtags and keywords and SEO. And, it's still all about search. So, if you really mastered that part, you will reach more people automatically. This is, a proven thing. And so understanding hashtags and how they work in social and keywords and how they work in social and making sure SEO is taken care of, then you will reach more people. And then the last one is very interesting. I call it the people power. It's the strategic partners and affiliates and your street team and your super fans who will automatically or with, compensation share your stuff to a wider world, right?
Yeah.
So there are these 4 buckets, and I thought, well, this is perfect. If someone coming in as a new business and wanting to market on social media, if they get these 4 bucket ideas, they can start to design a marketing plan that actually works for their business. And so that was the whole motivation of the social classroom.
Right. And so that's how you frame the course too, is that there's 4 pillars and within big 4 modules, and within those, all the tactical things that you need to map out in your business and get it executed in your business. And it all ties back to this great document you put together in the social classroom called I think it was very plainly named your strategy document.
That's about it, right? It's so funny. I'm very clear about
Yes.
But before I lived inside online marketing, I was a teacher and I built curriculum. And so for me to have a course without some sort of workbook is weird, right? So I developed a strategy document so that if you have it right there with you while you're going through the course and actually fill out the places that are suggested to fill out, by the end of the whole course, you have got a really good, clear start to a master marketing plan. So you'll see as you go through the document, this applies to my business and this really doesn't. And when you get to the people section, you can say, well, yes, strategic partners are really important to me. Affiliates, and my super fans are not there yet, but now I know how to take care of them when they do show up. Right. So the document really kind of makes a course, true and livable and actionable to me. So that's why I put it in the course for sure.
Yeah, and we work with hundreds of clients, and some of them come prepared with this kind of documentation. Some of them don't. And I can tell you the ones that do are the ones that have the rocket fuel. They've gotten really clear about what they're doing with their social media strategy and have documented it to such a degree that now they're a scalable business. They can hand this off to a social community manager and say, this is our game plan. This is my strategy for building the business. And here's what I'm executing and what I'm not worried about. And it really does make a difference so that you're not just out there on sort of the hamster wheel of posting over here and posting over here without a game plan behind it.
Right. It's really, really important to know what you're doing. And a course without transformation is just information, right? Right. So the transformation in this course is feeling like you grok it, like you get it, you understand what you need to do here. So for example, inside the social advertising module, what I do is show the architecture for how advertising is structured so that it doesn't matter if you're in Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest or LinkedIn, you go, now I know where I am. Now I know what I need to do. So a lot of that is just sort of like a universal information that you can take to any social site. And some of it is very specific, like what hashtags and how many hashtags to use on each social site like that.
Right. And I love courses where you actually get to dialogue with other members as well as the teacher, him or herself. So I imagine that's why you included a Facebook group for the course.
Yeah, I basically the main reason I go to Facebook are my groups.
Yeah.
That's sort of it.
What's going on over here? What's going on over here? Okay, good.
I just, I have to turn it off so I can get something done.
Right. Right.
But I like Facebook groups because people get to meet each other, they get to network, they get to ask questions, and some people have, fabulous answers or have direct experience with a particular thing. And then I like to be in there to really remind people, like that's in the school, like go look at the strategy document and do this exercise, or, when I did this was my experience. So I love Facebook groups and I'm definitely in them. I don't hand that off to an admin. I'm right there answering questions all the time.
Yeah, awesome. That's a great commitment, especially for this price point of a product. Again, we're not talking about a huge investment here for something that's going to be so critical to increase your reach and get seen online. I'm thinking about where someone will be after this course and what it's going to feel like to just have that clarity about what they are and are not doing. I think that was really key, what you just said there a few minutes ago. What you're not doing can almost be as important as what you are doing with social media, because your audience may have no interest in being in the plethora of different places you can be posting and engaging right now. So you're going to be really clear about where you are investing your time and how to make that time have the biggest impact in people's lives. And when you make an impact in people's lives, you get people coming to your website, you get people opting in, you get people purchasing and asking you if you'll offer more things for sale.
Right. And, we don't want to add to the noise.
Right. Right. There's plenty of that.
And so what we want is that ability to know what I need to do now and what I need to do in the future. And I think especially someone who has a new business and they're just starting marketing online, what they'll find is that they'll go through the whole course and they'll go, oh, you know what? Right now I just need to hone in on who my audience is, and I need to do some research and I need to investigate that a little bit more, because I can't build content until I have that understood. And so I can't reach out to a strategic partner yet because I don't know if their audience matches mine yet. But when it does, then I know what to do. So I think there's information in this course that will serve someone right at the beginning, right in the middle, and right when they're starting to really ramp it up. And they need to do all 4 of these buckets to really reach the maximum amount of people.
Yeah. So if you feel like you've been scattered with your efforts on social media marketing and increasing your business's reach, this is perfect. It's time to dial it in. It's time to get really clear on where you're going with all this online marketing. Phyllis, I think you've done a great service to small business owners. I would also mention here that your investment in the social classroom, 100% of those proceeds go to our Project Heal Run. You want to speak a little bit to that? I know that wasn't planned in our interview, but I think it's important to note that why we're doing this beyond just helping entrepreneurs.
Well, I'm always motivating and educating people, so that is a big motivation. Right. But the information in this course was being saved, and then when my husband got really sick with bladder cancer, for those of you who have gone through any kind of medical thing, the finances get really nutty very quickly. And also the things that you want to do aren't covered by insurance. And so we took this beautiful course and updated and made it lovely and beautiful under the lovely interface that Peaceful Media has. And the money from that goes to help fund some alternative programs for my husband. I have to say my husband's doing really, really, really well. So, everything's good. But, people who have gone through things like this, you also know that this is a long journey. And so we've been to a special clinic twice now and need to go back in about 6 months. So there's these continuing expenses for him. And so it's just a beautiful, pay it forward kind of thing that you guys have done for us. And we're so grateful.
We're thrilled. We're thrilled to help. If you want to learn more about Project Heal Ron, go to peacefulmedia.com/PHR, Project Heal Ron, PHR. And you can see this beautiful man, beautiful family, and the mission we're on to make these treatments as easy as possible for them so that you can heal and is a Vietnam vet that deserves our attention as a nation, and we as a team decided to rally around that mission. So we're excited to be able to push everything that comes in for the social classroom right over to Phyllis and Ron to get those treatments. So that's just another perk, another fun bonus for your investment in the social classroom today. So
thank you so much, Jason.
Yeah, is there anything else that someone who's thinking about this should consider? Some FAQs? What would, how do will it work for me?
I think that's the top thing. Is this built for me? And like I said, it doesn't matter if you're just beginning your business and don't know anything about social media marketing, it's a perfect course for you to take. If you are in the middle of starting to market, but you're not getting any results, I think it's a good one because it'll help you hone in on exactly what you should be doing. And then even if you're an advanced marketer, I think everyone has gaps in what they know. And so they might have real clear understanding about content marketing, but not really about how to use hashtags or where to use them or when to use them. Or maybe they don't understand how to support superfans and brand ambassadors, which they might need to do next. So I think there's something in there for everyone. And I'm happy to answer questions about it here. We'll be monitoring everything here in Facebook, and also we'll put this up on YouTube, and we'll answer questions there. And also we're going to put it on the page to purchase this course. So I think people can ask questions anywhere, right? Right.
So if you're thinking about this course, I'm going to give you a big hug here, a virtual hug.
Jason's known for his hugs there.
And welcome you into the social classroom, where you get a brilliant educator. She's Phyllis is the queen of teaching. Every time we get her on a strategy call with some of our clients, she just has this way of taking all of the things out there and making it very realizable, if that's even a word. It's real practical and clear about what your steps are. And she does the same kind of teaching in the social classroom. It doesn't take long to get overwhelmed with all the things people say you have to be doing right now with your social media marketing.
Yes.
Am I right? I mean, it's go Google around a little bit, or just look on Facebook at the people marketing to you saying you have to be doing this in order to make your business successful. So it's really nice to have someone who's been immersed in this for decades, a decade at least, and just say, no, look, let's get this basic strategy down, and your decisions about what you're doing in your business down, so that you can move forward with clarity and start seeing the results you want. I love that distillation. In today's market, what we need is curation of all the information that's out there, so that we can have a blueprint for success from people who've proven it in their own businesses and their clients' businesses. And Phyllis, you've definitely done that.
Thank you so much, Jason. This has been great. I hope people get the information they need and can make a choice on if this is a good move for them.